All right, let's dive in. Today, we are going on a journey to understand one of the most powerful and, frankly, one of the most ancient chants known to humanity, the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra. We're going to uncover its mythic origins, see how it's surprisingly relevant today, and explore its deep spiritual and even astrological significance. Let's get started. First, just listen to the words. Let them sink in. This is the mantra. It's a sacred verse that comes to us from the Rig Veda, which is one of the oldest scriptures we have. The core belief here is that the very vibration of these sounds holds an incredible power. And that brings us, of course, to the massive question at the heart of this mantra's legend. Is it possible? Could a sequence of sacred sounds actually defy our own mortality? I mean, it's a pretty bold claim, and it's absolutely central to the story we're about to explore. To even begin to understand that claim, we have to go right back to its origin story. And it's a dramatic one, a legend forged in a direct showdown with fate itself. This is exactly where the mantra gets its incredible name. So our story revolves around this young sage, a boy named Markandeya. He was born with a divine blessing, for sure, but it came with a terrible catch. He was prophesied to die on his 16th birthday. It seemed like an unavoidable sealed fate. And here's where it all comes to a head. For 15 years, knowing his time was short, Markandeya dedicated his life to worshiping Lord Shiva. Then, on his 16th birthday, just like the prophecy said, Yama, the god of death himself, showed up. But as Yama went to claim him, Markandeya did the only thing he could think of. He hugged the Shiva lingam, a sacred symbol, and started chanting this very mantra. And in that moment, something incredible happened. Shiva appeared, stopped death in its tracks, and gave the boy the gift of eternal youth. The chant literally became his shield. And that is how this verse became known as the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, which literally means the great death-conquering mantra. Its purpose, born right out of this legend, was crystal clear: to be a divine shield against mortality itself. Okay, so that's the ancient legend. But you have to wonder, how does a chant from the dawn of civilization find a place in our modern world of, wellness apps and scientific studies? Let's take a look. Well, the answer is in a ton of ways, actually. Today, it's not just for ancient rituals. People use it as a tool for physical recovery, for building mental resilience. You'll hear it in yoga classes to help balance the third eye chakra. It gets chanted during global crises for comfort. And yeah, you'll even find it on your meditation apps. The core idea hasn't changed a bit. Its vibration is believed to bring healing. And this is where ancient wisdom and modern science have this fascinating handshake. There's a word in the mantra, pushti vardhanam, which means nourishment. For thousands of years, this was taken as a spiritual promise of healing. Well, what's really interesting is that modern studies on chanting have shown real, measurable benefits, like boosting your immune system and lowering cortisol, that's your main stress hormone. It's a pretty cool connection, right? But the mantra's power isn't just about physical health or living a long life. It's seen as this divine shield with much deeper, more complex layers of power. You see, this is so much more than a prayer to just not die. It's viewed as a spiritual powerhouse for your total, holistic well-being. We're talking physical, mental, and spiritual health, all wrapped up together. There's this one metaphor within the mantra itself that is just so beautiful. It asks to be freed from death like a cucumber from its vine. Now, this isn't just about the body. It's a prayer for what's called moksha, spiritual liberation. The idea is to be freed from the endless cycle of rebirth, from our karmic baggage, and from illusion, as easily and naturally as a ripe cucumber just detaches from the plant. And in some traditions, especially in Tantra, the commitment to this mantra is, well, it's on another level. Practitioners will sometimes perform these incredibly intensive rituals, chanting the mantra 125,000 times. That's 1.25 lakh times, all to achieve this profound spiritual transformation and unlock its absolute deepest potential. All right, so from the spiritual, we're now going to pivot to the cosmic, because this mantra also plays a huge role in Vedic astrology, where it's used as a serious remedy to help harmonize the energies of the planets. In Vedic astrology, or Jyotisha, Lord Shiva is seen as the one who has mastery over all the challenging planetary forces, like Saturn.
So because of that connection, chanting this mantra is considered a top-tier remedy for tough astrological times, whether it's a difficult Saturn transit, a weak moon that's messing with your emotions, or what are known as Maraka periods, which can bring these really intense death-like challenges into your life.
And these applications are really specific. It's not just a general thing. For instance, to help soothe an afflicted Saturn, an astrologer might tell you to chant it 108 times every Saturday. To strengthen a weak sun in your chart, you might recite it every day at sunrise. And for something really serious, like an astrological indicator of a short life, you might be prescribed an intense practice of 11,000 repetitions over 40 days.
And to bring this right into the near future, astrologers are already looking ahead. They're pointing out that in 2026, when Saturn moves into the sign of Pisces, this mantra is expected to be an especially powerful tool for emotional healing and for boosting longevity.
So when you step back and look at it all, from a young boy defying his destiny to a tool for navigating the cosmos, the legacy of this mantra is just vast. It's an echo that has resonated through time, far beyond its ancient origins.
And maybe that's the ultimate lesson here. The mantra isn't really about fighting off death. It teaches that the real conquest of death isn't about achieving physical immortality. It's about reaching a state of spiritual understanding and divine surrender, about letting go of the ego and the fear that holds us back. So we end with this thought. Whether you see it as a literal shield, a tool for wellness, or a beautiful metaphor for spiritual growth, the mantra ultimately turns the spotlight back on us. It asks us to face our own fears, our own inner struggles, our own little deaths. So the final question isn't just about conquering death, it's, will you use it to conquer your own shadows?